What are you doing? And it's not true, because pretty is who you are, in who you choose to be, in what you choose to do, in what you choose to believe in. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't. If you don't get it, you're obviously not that girl. There are only two apps that I use the most, that I absolutely love. One is obviously YouTube. Second is Pinterest. Pinterest is a safe haven for all your dreams, all the things that you like and love. It's aesthetics on one app. If you had to choose which is the most aesthetic app on this entire planet, and you wouldn't choose Pinterest, what are you doing? If there's any better app, please do let me know. But yeah, and this is not sponsored by Pinterest, obviously. But this video right here. Okay, so this video is all about my best Pinterest finds, thoughts edition or quotes edition. Let's get into it. Can you remember who you were before the world told you who you should be? I remember I was very talkative and I believed in magic. I maybe still do, and I am very talkative, obviously. So I guess not a lot has changed, but it took a lot of effort for it to not change. And I'm grateful that I'm a person who is conscious of that and was able to retain who I was before the world told me who I should be. Ooh. The unconscious is not just evil by nature, it is also the source of the highest good. Not only dark, but also light, not only bestial, semi human, and demonic, but superhuman, spiritual, and in the classical sense of the word, divine. Carl Jung. Now, I don't know if psychology was supposed to be spiritual or not, but mostly, in most cases, there are such beautiful links to how the world works, and there's an interlap between spirituality and psychology, and I find that so fascinating. And this is one of those interlaps and intersections that I'm in absolute awe of. Especially Carl Jung, I think he has a beautiful perspective on life, and obviously the subconscious and unconscious, considering his beautiful perspective that is supported by psychology as well. So, very true. Unconscious is not just evil by nature, it is also the source of highest good. Everything that you intend of, that you truly desire and wish for, that you truly love and value, it comes from your unconscious. And so, for the people who don't have a control over their unconscious, most often than not, fall here and there. But the people who are able to control it and who are able to, direct it or be directed by it, have a more fair sense of what they're doing in life. And I think that's one thing that we should definitely learn from and adopt in our day-to-day life and be more conscious. Yeah. The healthy man does not torture others. Generally, it is the tortured who turn into torturers. Carl Jung. Again, I don't know if anything is more true than that. It's again the same theory with the bullies, how the only reason they are bullies is because they have a deep seated insecurity of the thing that they're bullying the others for, and they need some sort of external validation, and hence they try to achieve it by destroying other people's self esteem and making them feel inferior and using or manipulating their vulnerability. And I feel this beautifully encapsulates that thought. Okay. Pretty is a lie. What if I told you the word pretty is is a skin deep 6-letter prison they put you in? Okay, wait. Let me read it properly. Pretty is a lie. What if I told you? What if I told you the word pretty is a skin deep 6-letter prison they put you in? They say if you lost some weight, you'd be so pretty. They say if your skin was clearer, you'd be so pretty. But what they really mean is if only you looked like our mass produced ideal, You be so pretty. Let me tell you a secret they do not want you to know. Nothing about you is pretty, nor will it ever be so. You see, pretty is too small and simple a word to capture the exquisitely complex human phenomenon you are. Every atom of you was plucked in the quiet, cosmic moments between supernovas and stars. A carefully chosen palette of your skin, your eyes, your muscles, and bones from sunsets and skies. So when they tell you about how pretty you could be, if only, cut them off and say pretty is not your worth or value, nor something you have ever aspired to be. Nick Tagil. I think that's as clear as brutal honesty can get. Because at the end of the day, pretty is subjective and nobody can tell you how you can be more pretty if you did this or that. And I feel more than anybody else telling us, it's us who tell us that we will be more pretty if we did this or that, or if we became a certain level of this, if we became a certain level of that. And it's not true, because pretty is who you are, in who you choose to be, in what you choose to do, in what you choose to believe in. And if you truly think that you're not pretty, it's not because you are not pretty, it's because you fail to see the beauty that's already within you. And what has to change is not you or your looks or what is pretty by definition, as what the society propagates, but instead what has to change is the perspective you see yourself as, and um, how you choose to love and admire yourself. Because if you're able to love yourself, then even if you're not pretty by the books, you can't help but call yourself pretty. It's just an innate thing that comes into being when you understand what self love truly is. And I think that's one of the most important things that a person can achieve in their lifetime. And I'm very grateful to be able to talk about it and to be able to experience it in my own life. And this is a beautiful, beautiful poem. So I'm gonna. In French, you don't say "I miss you." You say "Tu me manques." Tu me manques, which means you are missing from me. I love that. It's beautiful. You are missing from me. Tu me manques. I miss you. Imagine. Who is this by? I don't think so. It's by anyone. This is okay. What is this called? Sometimes the wolf cries, girl. Sometimes the wolf cries, girl. By SRW Poetry. Okay. Sometimes the hero stumbles and falls right off the page. Sometimes the princess rolls her eyes and says, I don't want to be saved. Sometimes the dragon needs rescuing and the villain aches to be helped. Sometimes in the darkness, the lost boy finds himself. Sometimes the prince is cunning and not all what he seemed. Sometimes the witch's kindness shows it's she who deserves to be the queen. Sometimes we shouldn't define people by someone else's point of view. Just because it's what we've been told doesn't make it true. Oh, that's so beautiful. Sometimes the wolf cries girl. Now I know why it's such a creative title and such a creative poem as well. Just because it's what we've been told doesn't mean it's true. What's true is what's true. And just because a million people believe in it doesn't mean it's true. It's true if it's true, not if she believes in it or they believe in it. It's true if it's true. I like that. That's nice to know and nice to remember. Oh, this is nice. eyes. I have brown eyes. This is called Dear People with Brown Eyes. I'm sorry your eyes don't get enough love. There's ocean eyes, emerald eyes, but what about brown? Brown, the color of late autumn, of chocolate and hazelnut, of amber and onyx, of the first sip of warm coffee in the morning. Don't even get me started on when the sun hits them. Whiskey and honey, sweet intoxication. But aren't brown eyes so common? So is rain, so is sunshine, so is laughter and love and kindness. All colors have come together just to be put in your eyes. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, this is the sweetest explanation of brown eyes. I love brown eyes. But recently I've been feeling that I should probably wear contacts because they're so beautiful and they make your eyes look bigger. But I like this description of brown eyes. Now I'm happy with how I am. This is cute. There's another poem on brown eyes. Okay. Brown eyes. Her eyes are blue, yours are brown. Hers represent the ocean, yours represent the ground. You've always hated your eyes and wished that they were blue, but your eyes have a tint of gold, so red it must not be true. So, yes, her eyes are blue, and yes, yours are brown, but your eyes hold the riches that are buried in the ground. Her eyes carry storms and rage like the sea. Your eyes carry earthquakes that bring mountains to their knees. Maybe her eyes are blue, but your eyes reign queen because they hold the purest riches the world has ever seen. Nadia. This is very, very pretty. Honestly, it's beautiful. Well, this one says, whenever I try to express myself, I freeze. It's like a million hands are covering my mouth, a million voices in my ear telling me to stay quiet. My brain goes blank, the words not even forming in my head. But when I listen to a song through my headphones or read the lyrics on my phone, it feels like I found the right words that I longed to say, hoping I can say them out loud someday. C. It's just C. I don't know who that C is, but nice one, C. I see you. Okay, sorry. No, but that's really pretty. Because I think that's what most people struggle with is to express what they feel, what they have in their head, and something in them tells them not to put it out there because either fear of judgment, fear of being perceived in the wrong way. Most often, they're not just insecurity, but the moment we stop living out of fear and living out of love and living out of who we truly want to be and what truly matters to us, I think that is the day where we truly become the person that we want to be instead of the person that, we just wish we can be. We embody that person. And to be able to do that, we have to stop living out of fear and start living out of love. And I think when you listen to a song through your headphones, or you read the lyrics on your phone, or you're reading a book that you really love, it's that feeling inside you of love, of ambition, of passion, of this drive, this inspiration. And to be able to express that freely, I think, is one of the biggest blessings that you can give yourself. And no matter what stops you, always remember that your words are heard, they are valued, and you will find an audience for no matter what you have to say. And you should trust yourself to be able to be that person and say whatever is on your mind, because you will only connect with others when you know how to let them know who you are. And you can let them know who you are by your actions, by your words, by letting them know what you feel and what goes through your head. And this poem is beautiful to remind you of that.